Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today I want to talk about living in Mindanao and if there's any difference living in Mindanao under martial law than living in somewhere else here in the Philippines. Now, the thing about Mindanao, it's so large of an area. It's in Bukidnon. It is very large. It goes like all the way to the coast of Davao, all the way over to CDO, and then a big part of it. So it's not just one city. There's hundreds. There's actually hundreds of cities. Now, where I live here in Mindanao, I live in of course, everybody knows it's in Rogmog, but it's so large area. Now, if you get off into the mountains and you go up into where the mountain people live and things like that, which we do still have mountain people, and that's in really remote areas. Yeah, of course, it can be dicey, but even they will, believe it or not, they will protect you also. So if you get off in these really beaten areas, they may not understand you or understand the English or things like that, but they will usually protect. And the reason why I say that, we have a lot of members from my church, or they're Sulads, mountain people. And they were telling me the culture and what it's about, and all around Bukidnon and in the mountains. And they go all over the mountains themselves, preaching and things like that. And they're telling me that they want good. They don't want killings and bad. But yeah, of course, here's some safety things. I do want to say this. Now, I was in Manila last year, and I'm just going to say this real quick. And I went to the BDO to exchange some bills. And BDO, they had 2 guards out, 2 guards in. And I go, why is so much security? He said, well, some guys last week tried to rob us. And what had happened, they got on the motorcycle, and one pulled out their gun and shot a bullet. And the 2 guys that were guards outside, they're crack shots. Boom, boom, and the guys are gone. So he said that we always had 4, 2 outside, 2 inside. And what they do, they have a little handle, piece of wood over that bars, so somebody was to get there, they could only get so far. Now, I don't know if I don't think it's bulletproof glasses. I think it's just standard glass. But most places now, as you know, if you're coming to the Philippines, there's always some type of security. Even if you go into a simple little store, they have security, armed security. And it's just, it's like Walmart does not have armed. Some are armed in some places. In Florida, there's a couple places where they have a stand out in the parking lot with a guy with a guard, and he watches the parking lot down in South Miami. But of course, common sense things. I saw a guy get his phone stolen, a Filipino, because he had his phone out. He was in CDO, and he has like this, he's doing, how you do selfies. And a guy a young kid, grabbed his phone. They caught him. But the thing is, it's about being smart. Of course, don't bring your money clip out. Excuse the noise. Fish. Guy drives around fresh fish, and you get fresh fish. And it's fresh, coming from usually CDO. Don't pull out the money clip. Careful with the phone. Just be aware of where you're at and what you're doing. I mean, I don't know, for me, I've done this in America. I always sit with my back to the wall looking at the front door. It's habit. It's started when I was a young man, so I've just done that ever since. So here there is a military, Philippine military base here. Helicopter, 2 or 3 helicopters. But really, I know some Army guys, and they said, it's relatively safe. I mean, it's as safe as you're going to get in some places. I mean, like I said, you go off into some really remote areas, it's a little different. There's many people. You go down, way down. There's many things. But yeah, there you have a couple of checkpoints here in Mindanao, where you go, like I went to Davao, went through 2 checkpoints, and all they do is they check your driver's license or your photo ID, whatever it may be, and you just show it, and then they actually barely even look at it, because American, they're looking for other people. And most of the time you'll find they make you get off the bus, and then they check your ID and you just get back on the bus. Or even a car, you drive up and they'll check your ID and go on through. But if they see American driving, or a foreigner, not just necessarily American, they get to send you on through. Now, a lot of times too, I want to say this. Here in the Philippines, if an American is loud or a foreigner person is loud, sometimes a gentleman was loud the other day at the supermarket. He was just really complaining about something. I think something was going on because he was just going off and off, louder, and the security went over and said, sir, be quiet, please. Why are you yelling? You okay? And I don't know what happened. I don't know what was going on with the gentleman, but he wasn't, I take it back, he was not, he was, I know some nationality, I really don't know what it was, but they don't like loud, they don't like, and of course you don't want screaming in the supermarket when you're shopping. But I just wanted to just bring out these points. Check out, you check out money at a restaurant or wherever you're at. You don't bring out a wad of cash. You always just keep a little money here in the side pocket for things like that. $4 or $5 US, which is 250 peso, because a lot of things are always 50 to 100, 150 peso anyway. And then I keep my money in either this pocket or in my wallet, and I usually have the zipper or something like that to keep it in case. And they do have pickpockets here, and they do look for phones, and they do have people that are constantly watching you. And what they do, they watch your mannerisms and things like that, see if you do. One thing about it here too is a Filipino people culture are such a wonderful group of people. They look out for not only themselves, they look out for people also. So if all you gotta do is ask. If you're in an area you're not really sure about, where is this, they'll help you. And if they don't, they'll find somebody that speaks English to help you, because they're so wonderful that way. Chiche was at school with R, and I went to town, and I couldn't remember what store she said, so I just asked around, and very helpful. I mean, very, very helpful and very sweet and wonderful. That's what I love about here. And here where I live, everybody is family oriented. I mean, they really are family oriented. They, like a neighbor will make extra food, all of a sudden it's here at my house. Or Chiche will make cake, and neighbor gets it, this neighbor gets it, this neighbor gets it, that neighbor gets it. We're all here to help each other. When I leave town, they keep an eye on my house just in case. Even though, I have everything tied up pretty good, but still, it's about taking care of each other and looking out for each other. It's just common security. You don't want to leave your house open. You don't want to be stupid about things. Have your phone out. Have a wallet of cash out all the time. You just want to be smart about things. But I thought I'd do this. For me, it's okay. I just don't go off the beaten path, go up in the mountain 10 miles. I don't go down that way 10 miles. I stay within 50 miles of my house. And it's pretty safe. They're building a new mall here in Valencia. It's going to be open December 12th, and it's bringing in people like crazy. They're building a mall here. Morocco's getting a mall. They bought the land, and I talked to the gentleman that did own the land. There's a mall coming here. I don't know when. I don't know what. Also, the airport's going to be open here probably next year. They said November, December next year. So we're getting an airport. It'd be so nice to fly from here to Manila, because it's really the only international. I think Cebu has international. But you fly from here to Manila and then Manila out to wherever you want to go. And that's really a good thing. But I want to thank you for watching, and just some quick points. And please subscribe. And hit the like button.